Spoilers ahead. Watch out, and take care. The movie begins in Iraq, with the introduction of an SAS sniper, Ryan Logan, who eliminates 2 terrorist threats. Next, a group of troop soldiers penetrates an enemy bunker. Inside, the soldiers neutralize several members, and find an Iranian man. While questioning him about the location of their target, a leader of an organization, Ryan shoots an incoming enemy, but is wounded. As he falls to the ground, his commanding officer, Johnny, assures him that he will survive. The scene shifts to Ryan and his son Billy, who share a hunt together. Ryan takes his son Billy hiking, who seems to admire his father. Ryan asks him to shoot a deer as part of their training, but he, who is not up to the task, nervously refuses. Ryan, however, kills the deer. The killing constitutes the sense of bravado in young Billy's mind. Next, Ryan teaches Billy how to sharpen a knife. The little boy tries, but cuts himself on the finger. A little later, he goes alone into the woods, and comes across a stray puppy. As he pets it, an adult dog emerges, and attacks him. Frightened, he calls his father, but the latter puts the dog down. This incident will definitely have a long-term psychological effect on Billy. Moving to Ryan's home, where the man lives a happy married life, with his wife Justine and son Billy, and the couple is expecting another child. Billy takes a bath in the tub, while his mother helps him. She discovers that he has injured his finger, and he tells her what happened. Later, he asks Ryan if he can ever be as brave as he is. Ryan replies that refusing to kill the deer, despite the risk of disappointing his father, was in itself an act of courage. Although his father later praises his courage for standing up for himself, his impressionable mind prioritizes the first example. This destructive male ego contributes to Billy's lack of self-confidence. He always feels he falls short of the ideal, after being involved in a series of misadventures. The next morning, he wakes up early, and helps his father make sandwiches. Then Ryan and his wife try to choose a name for the daughter they are expecting. Ryan goes to work, where he tries to mentally prepare a group of soldiers, who are about to leave for a mission in Iraq. Ryan's wife is taking Billy to school, and suddenly, she has a car accident. The accident kills the woman and the child inside her. The only survivor is Billy, terrified and looking at his dead mother. The story jumps forward 6 years, when we learn that Ryan had to leave the military to care for his son. Ryan suffers from severe post-traumatic stress disorder, and periodically hallucinates his deceased wife, Justine. His battle to provide for his family has forced him and Billy to move to Australia, and things have worsened, following several instances of Billy's delinquency as a teenager, which have landed him in court. During a hearing, the federal judge warns Ryan that if he does not help Billy keep a low profile, he will lose his custody. In the car, Ryan and Billy don't exchange a single word. One day, Ryan receives a message from an old friend, Johnny, asking to meet to talk. Next, we see Billy in the bathroom, piercing the skin on his finger with a needle. Apparently, he is still traumatized from the knife incident at the beginning of the film. One day, they are called to the school principal's office. Ryan is under pressure from the private school administration, for unpaid fees. In addition, Billy is skipping classes, so the principal suggests that Ryan transfer the boy to a public school. However, Ryan assures him that he will pay the fee as soon as possible, and that Billy will change. In such a critical situation, he later runs into his former commanding officer, Johnny. The friend tells him about his difficult family situation. His wife is cheating on him, and his children no longer speak to him. On the other hand, Ryan cannot brag about his son either. Johnny asks for Ryan's help in doing a little job. He assures him that it is something quick, that they will do in the evening. It is not specifically explained what it is, but most likely, it is something illegal. One day, while having lunch, we witness Ryan and Billy eating, without exchanging a single word. It is clear that the relationship between father and son is not the best. That day, Ryan goes to work, and tries to sell the products of the company he works for to a warehouse worker. However, he is sent away. Meanwhile, his friend, Johnny, talks to Billy, and tells him about how he fought in Iraq with Ryan. Billy asks if his father killed anyone. Johnny tells him that his father was a sniper and a hero. Soon, Ryan arrives, and Johnny tells him they need to talk about that job together. He says he has to feed his son first, and then they can meet at the bar. Later, they meet, and although he was hesitant at first, he eventually accepts his proposal, after being cornered by further problems at work. That night, Ryan takes a gun from the bedside table, and hallucinates his wife consoling him. The next day, we see Billy making new friends, after telling them about his father's war experiences, which he heard from Johnny. That night, Ryan and Johnny arm themselves, and sneak into an apartment. Inside, they shoot one man, and then threaten another. The two rob the hideout of the dealer, who is, by the way, Johnny's friend. Johnny discovers a young man, who is called for help with his phone. Soon, someone knocks on the door. Ryan walks over to the door, and looks through the peephole. Johnny tells him to open the door, and after Ryan does, the man is already gone. Outside, Ryan points out that he promised they would not have to shoot. Furthermore, he states that he heard 2 shots, so most likely, Johnny killed the young man who called for help. That night, Ryan has a nightmare, and Billy overhears him hallucinating his wife. The next day, Ryan is fired from his job as a sales representative, after the misconduct episode. One day, Billy's new friends offer him to smoke pot, but he refuses. When they start teasing him, one guy sticks up for Billy. A little later, he thanks him, and reveals that he has actually tried pot before, but has been spotted, so in case he gets caught one more time, he is doomed. Billy befriends this new guy, who then invites him to a party. Ryan goes to meet Johnny, and tells him that he needs another job, because he lost his. Now, Ryan cannot help but continue to help Johnny, in his criminal activities. In the evening, he picks his gun, and Billy surprises him, and asks him if he is going hunting. Ryan smiles, and asks him if he wants to go hunting again, as they did when he was younger. Billy asks for permission to go to his new friend's party, and Ryan allows him. Next, we see Billy drinking alcohol with his friends, like there is no tomorrow. In the meantime, Ryan is already in his sniper position, while Johnny argues with a 2-man. The bearded man is furious, because he is sure that Johnny killed the young man who called for help. However, Johnny denies doing so. Here, it becomes clear that Johnny is working together with these criminals, and has betrayed them. Returning to Billy, his friends find the car of one of the boys' fathers, and encourage Billy to drive. At that moment, Ryan returns home, and receives a call from someone. Ryan finds Billy, his friends, and the overturned car. He realizes that the boys have been drinking, and tells Billy to get back in the car. After they get home, Billy runs to the bathroom and locks the door. He then pulls out a razor blade to try to end himself, but Ryan manages to open the door, and tranquilize him. To prevent Billy from being imprisoned, and eventually separated from him, Ryan burns the car, to dispose of the evidence, and the next morning, he watches the firemen put out the fire. Ryan visits the owner of the car, the father of Billy's friend. Ryan reveals that he burned the car, and suggests that the man report the fire, and take the money from the insurance company. However, the man states, if the police find out how things really happened, he risks going to jail. Thus, he plans to go and report Billy to the police. Ryan dissuades him by promising a cash reward. Billy is in the hospital, where he is being treated for the arm. Ryan waits for him in the hallway, and has a flashback. A doctor approaches him to inform him of the deaths of his wife and newborn baby. He is shocked, and does not know what to say. In the present, Billy approaches Ryan, and the two return home. In the car, Billy reveals that he heard his father talking to his mother, and says he would like to talk too. Later, Ryan desperately asks Johnny for a large sum to pay for the car. Johnny says he has a little job, but stresses that someone will have to be killed, and Ryan agrees. Next, Johnny meets with the 2 criminals he is working with. The 2 enraged men enter Johnny's car, and ask where he put the money he stole. He confesses that the money is in the trunk, and when one of the criminals comes down to check, Ryan kills him. Soon, Ryan shoots the second criminal. Surprisingly, the criminals had backup mercenaries on the way, who engage in a firefight with Ryan. Ryan eliminates them all, one by one. Another car arrives, but Ryan quickly kills the driver, and the passenger tries to take control of the steering wheel. Ryan runs to the road, manages to stop the car, and beats up the last henchman. As Johnny buries the bodies, he tells Ryan to go home. As he returns home, a deadly terror grips him. The next day, he tells Billy that they must move again, fearing that they will be in further trouble. Billy's insecurity takes over, and he engages in a heated argument, claiming that his mother should have survived in his place. Ryan, enraged and distressed, almost raises his hand against the boy, but stops himself. He had to choose between his wife and Billy after the accident, because they were both bleeding, and their rare set of antigens made it impossible to save them both. That day, Ryan also approaches the owner of the burned car, and after handing over the money, threatens him to stop further blackmail. In a flashback, it is revealed that his wife's fatal accident was caused by the insensitivity of a drunk driver. Consequently, after learning of the event, Johnny finds the driver seriously injured, and decides to kill him as an act of revenge. In the present, Johnny is high and dancing in his house. At that moment, a mercenary ambushes and assaults him. He is stabbed, but still manages to kill the assailant. Johnny, terrified, goes to Ryan's house to ask for help in defeating the mercenaries who are chasing him. After a brief argument, Ryan refuses and chases him away. Johnny, despondent, pretends to make amends and catches Ryan off guard in a fight. He holds Ryan at gunpoint and almost shoots him. But Billy kills him with the same gun he was reluctant to use when he was younger. We see a father and son bonding during driving lessons and finally being able to share their thoughts with each other. The end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. Turn on the notifications and leave a like to help the channel out.